Aaron was always going to be the first boy she loved. He adored every untamed inch of her and made her feel accepted and special. By that time, I was too far away, too engrossed in finally finding some freedom and getting to live life on my own terms to recognize the warning signs. But I did know the way Aaron loved Cody wasn't unlike the way my parents loved and hated one another. There was zero balance, and little mattered in my brother's life other than the girl who had stolen his heart. They got engaged the day before Cody graduated high school and started living together soon after. To the casual observer, it appeared to be young love flourishing, but on the inside, things were a mess. Aaron needed help, but he was too scared to admit it to anyone, even Cody. She was the one who called me in the middle of the night, crying because she found Aaron huddled in a ball on the bathroom floor, slashing his skin. Cody was the one who texted me in a panic when Aaron was so listless and drained he wouldn't leave bed for days and days at a time. She begged me to come home, pleaded with me to fix my brother, but I blew her off over and over again. I didn't know how to fix Aaron, didn't have the tools required to convince him that he needed help. I tried to comfort him from afar, but I kept my distance. I was selfish, and deep down, I was jealous. Because even with all the turmoil and upheaval Aaron brought into her life, Cody adored him. She loved him like it was the only thing keeping him alive, and maybe it was. When I did go home to check on Aaron, it felt like visiting a stranger. I was no longer his hero. In fact, I had somehow morphed into his number one enemy. Aaron acted as if he hated me for leaving, for living my own life. It made me wonder if he knew how hard I worked to be a good brother while also hiding my attraction to his one true love. Time and distance didn't matter. I was in love with Cody Lawton, and I hated myself for it. I didn't want to find her beautiful and vivacious. I didn't want to be charmed by her sharp tongue and no-holds-barred attitude. But I was. On my first visit back home, it suddenly hit me that Cody was no longer a little girl, but a young woman. One who was strong, savvy, and endlessly patient with my baby brother. I'd spent my entire life taking care of Aaron, and I couldn't deny that I was envious of the kindness and compassion she was always showing him. It was an inconvenient crush, especially since I couldn't distance myself from her emotionally, since we were tied together by our growing concern for Aaron. The many late-night phone calls talking to her about how much she worried about my little brother often left me hurting, for her and for Aaron. But I suffered through, caught between my love for her and my love for him. What other option did I have? Knowing my feelings for Cody could never go anywhere, I focused on my life away from Loveless. I graduated college, joined the United States Border Patrol, and eventually worked my way up the ranks of law enforcement until I had the opportunity to apply to be a Texas Ranger. I dated here and there, told myself I couldn't settle down because my career came first, because I didn't have enough to offer anyone just yet. The truth was, my whole heart was never invested in finding a new love. It was stuck back home, hung up on my little brother's soon-to-be wife. I distanced myself more and more from Aaron and Cody, not knowing Aaron's issues were escalating. I eventually forced myself to stop taking Cody's calls. I needed to make a clean break, but I never stopped caring about my brother. I called him directly, urged him to get help, and begged him to see someone about his emotional unpredictability. I tried to connect with him, urged him to get out of Loveless, to experience the world outside of his own dark, suffocating bubble. I even tried to get my parents involved, but as usual, they were more concerned about themselves than about their children. No matter what I said or how hard I tried, Aaron brushed off my concern and assured me he would be fine, and I selfishly believed him. It was easier for me that way. But he wasn't fine. Far from it. A couple of days before Aaron and Cody's wedding, I received a call from Case Lawton, who was working as a deputy for the Loveless Sheriff's Office. Someone who lived next to Aaron and Cody had called in a disturbance complaint.